At Bridge Wellness Gardens, we're here to help people with mental health issues and learning disabilities and learning difficulties. I have to say it's been extraordinary, the successes we've enjoyed over the course of our first 3 years.
Yeah, it was about just over 2.5 years ago now. I was in quite a bad place at the time, quite depressed. My business had fallen apart and everything, and I was just sat at home doing nothing. And I went out shopping one day and I saw a lady that I knew from the past, and she come volunteering here, and she said I should come along. So I came to volunteer, and there was nothing on the farm at all. It was just fields. We were planting the fruit trees all around the borders at the time. They've all grown quite a lot now, but yes, and it's just escalated from there.
When I was at like 15, 14, I was in the wrong kind of hang around with wrong people, but I got a work experience at Bridge Community Farm. Well, when I see these plants grow, it's a miracle, because I could just say, "Oh, I've planted that," and I can tell people I've planted this, and I'm completely in charge with my polytunnel number 2. Well, what's inside polytunnel 2 is strawberries, aubergines, chilies, peppers and tomatoes. Maybe in a couple of weeks they should start going red, and it makes me feel proud what I've done.
It is impossible not to be moved by some of the successes that we've achieved here recently. I have difficulty, frankly, keeping it together when, for example, Chris was told that he was going to get a permanent job with us, and he called my name from the other side of the farm, "Thank you, Francis," and ran over to me with his arms wide open. When he joined us, he was really not in a good place. He very seldom spoke. He wouldn't look you in the eye. You look at him now, he is transformed, so much so that we have been able to get sponsorship to have him on our permanent staff for at least the next 12 months. And he is a changed man.
My duty is work inside my polytunnel, and I sort the vegetables out, and I do wood chip. My favourite duty is sorting the vegetables.
Well, Ryan joined us when he was still at a special needs school, and he came as a volunteer one day a week. He fitted in pretty well, and he really started to make significant improvements. Well, 18 months later, he is now a permanent employee of ours. He's learnt all sorts of new skills, including, incidentally, working on our market stall.
On Wednesdays, I go to the market called the Countess of Cheshire and raise a lot of money and sell a lot of veg. We harvest beetroots, we harvest curly kale, celery, herbs, and pak choy, and tomatoes, everything.
Richard also joined us from a special needs school and came one day a week with his mother for nearly a year until it was time for him to move on. And we were able to get him some work placement funding. He's 3 months into a 6-month work placement with us, and we're absolutely thrilled with the progress he's making.
I help painting the signs, first putting on the primer, then the coats of white, and then finally the black letters.
One of our biggest assets is Claire Johnson, our wellness and farm manager. She joined us as a volunteer early on, but it was very evident from an early stage that she had great talent. She works so well with the people with learning difficulties and mental health issues, and she really has transformed this place in the 18 months that she's been with us.
We've initially started from 10 acres of grassland in a very built-up area of Ellesmere Port. We're actually in the middle of a housing estate. We're here to serve the community. We're currently building a Better Life Centre. This will incorporate a multi-station kitchen, cafe, craft activity centre for all the adults with learning difficulties, people with mental health issues that we provide our services for. The building will go across in the area that you can see behind me, and that's essential. We're just on the tipping point of making Bridge Community Wellness Gardens and Farms a success, and this building will be essential for that. Okay, so we initially need £50,000 to see us through for the next 2 years. So we'd like £25,000 to get the building up and finished, and then £25,000 again to see us through. So we really need to fundraise. If people could give generously, maybe £20 each. If not, whatever you can give would be fantastic for this operation.
We're only helping 70 or 80 people a year right now, but when we get this new building up, this Better Lives Centre, and we can equip that properly, then we can really roll this thing out and help a good deal more people.
Bridge Wellness Gardens. Growing better lives.